Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Kelly Rain.
And I'm Mark Wilson. We're glad to have you with us. First up here at 6 o'clock, as you consider who to pick for president next year, a man from Florida says he voted in 3 states back in 2012, and he's just been prosecuted after a Fox 13 investigation. We've been looking into voter fraud here in Florida for more than a year now, and our chief investigative reporter, Craig Patrick, has results. Craig.
Well, we analyzed state records from 2012, and we reviewed data from the Voter Integrity Project, and we wound up with a list of people who appear to vote here in Florida, then vote again in another state, all in the same election. And prosecutors in North Carolina just took action. When state lawmakers passed new voter laws and when Governor Scott ordered a voter purge, they said they were trying to snuff out fraud.
We also don't want people that don't have a right to vote to be voting.
But my colleague Mike Sinan and I worked on an investigation that revealed a problem those efforts would likely have missed. People voting in multiple states in the same election.
And I support my people in North Carolina, I support my people here.
That's Mike asking a voter in the Orlando area why records from 2012, the last presidential year, show he voted in Florida and North Carolina.
Because I live both in places. I live in North Carolina, I pay taxes in North Carolina, I do the same thing here.
He said he didn't know you're not supposed to do that.
Well, I didn't know that.
As Mike knocked on doors in Orlando, I found 6 others in Hillsborough, 7 in Pinellas County, who, according to public records, voted in Florida and North Carolina in 2012. And with public records provided by the Voter Integrity Project, our list grew to 149 people who appeared to have voted in Florida and North Carolina in the same election.
We were able to find 149 that we could stake our reputation on. Turn them over to the authorities and say, you might want to investigate this.
We did that last November. The state's Division of Elections told us they had launched a preliminary investigation and left it at that. But a year after our initial investigation, authorities in North Carolina did take action.
Finally, we get our first prosecution.
The district attorney in Rutherford County, North Carolina, sent me these records showing he had successfully prosecuted Pasco Parker from Pasco County. Records show he admitted to voting in 2012, not just in 2 states, but in 3, Florida and North Carolina and Tennessee. He got a suspended sentence, probation, and a fine, and his case may be just the start.
There'll be another one, another Florida, North Carolina one, and there's several more that we know that are in the pipeline between Florida and North Carolina. This is the first one, and finally it begins.
Well, in a large state like Florida, 149 may just be a drop in the bucket, but remember, that's only checking Florida against North Carolina. That 149 could certainly go up with each of the other states across the nation. And remember, our state once decided a presidential election in 2000 by 537 votes.
Yeah, how can we forget that? How is Florida responding to what you found?
Let's go back in time first to last year. After we presented this data to the Division of Elections, we were told they had launched a preliminary investigation, then we never heard any more from it. We submitted questions today. The state acknowledged receiving them, but we still do not have a response, so we'll bring you more as we receive it. The state, by the way, was part of a cross-check program. Florida joined it along with some other states, but then later dropped out of that.
All right, we know you'll stay on it, Craig. Good stuff. Thanks.
Thank you.